coffee steaming quiet light, morning moments soft and bright. Little tables, open space, gentle calm in every place. Voices low and laughter light, shadows moving in the light. Every corner. Morning light on open waves, golden shimmer slowly plays. White sails dancing in the blue, sky feels endless, fresh and new. City shining far away, soft and bright and silver gray. Every breath a gentle rise, carried under open skies. Oh, I feel the light in me, flowing like the sea. Every step so fresh, so free, just the way it's meant to be. Islands passing, drifting by, clouds are laughing in the sky. Every second feels so wide, floating softly with the tide. I feel the light in me, flowing like the sea. Every step so fresh, so free, just the way it's meant to be. In this glow I come alive, with the ocean I just glide. All the world feels soft and bright, wrapped in calm and gentle light. Morning light on open waves, golden shimmer slowly plays. White sails dancing in the blue, sky feels endless, fresh and new. City shining far away, soft and bright and silver gray. Every breath a gentle rise, carried under open skies. Oh, I feel the light in me, flowing like the sea. Every step so fresh, so free, just the way it's meant to be. Islands passing, drifting by, clouds are laughing in the sky. Every second feels so wide, floating softly with the tide. Oh, I feel the light in me, flowing like the sea. Every step so fresh, so free, just the way it's meant to be. In this glow I come alive, with the ocean I just glide. All the world feels soft and bright, wrapped in calm and gentle light. Morning light on open waves, golden shimmer slowly plays. White sails dancing in the blue, sky feels endless, fresh and new. City shining far away, soft and bright and silver gray. Every breath a gentle rise, carried under open skies. Oh, I feel the light in me, flowing like the sea. Every step so fresh, so free, just the way it's meant to be. Islands passing, drifting by, clouds are waves are shining in the sun. Day has only just begun. Salt and light upon my skin, soft and warm I breathe it in. Footsteps fading in the sand, nothing here I need to plan. Every moment feels so wide, flowing skin, soft and warm, I breathe it in. Footsteps fading in the sand, nothing here I need to plan. Every moment feels so wide, flowing gently with the tide. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Every breath a quiet release, filling me with ease. Golden light begins to glow, everything moves soft and slow. In this calm I finally see there's a brighter side of me. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Every breath a quiet release, filling me with ease. In the waves I let it go, all the things I used to hold. Now I'm here just feeling free, with the ocean next to me. Waves are shining in the sun, day has only just begun. Salt and light upon my skin, soft and warm, I breathe it in. Footsteps fading in the sand, nothing here I need to plan. Every moment feels so wide, flowing gently with the tide. Oh, I'm lighter than before. Reflection shifting on the glass, moments drifting into view. Every street a different hue. Little cafes open doors, music floating from the stores. Steps align with something slow in a quiet urban flow. I'm moving as I go through this gentle flow. Turns reveal a softer change, nothing ever stays the same. Shadows melting into gold, fragments of the day unfold. In between the rush and pause, I just wonder where they'll cause. Oh, I'm moving as I go through this gentle flow. Turns reveal a softer change, nothing ever stays the same. In the air I feel at ease, carried by a passing breeze. Every sound and every scene softly fades away. The Sunday has only just begun. Salt and light upon my skin, soft and warm, I breathe it in. Footsteps fading in the sand, nothing here I need to plan. Every moment feels so wide, flowing gently with the tide. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Every breath a quiet release, filling me with ease. Golden light begins to glow, everything moves soft and slow. In this calm I finally see there's a brighter side of me. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Oh, used to hold. Now I'm here just feeling free, with the ocean next to me. Waves are shining in the sun. Day has only just begun. Salt and light upon my skin. Soft and warm, I breathe it in. Footsteps fading in the sun. Nothing here I need to find. Every moment feels so wide, flowing gently with the tide. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Every breath a quiet release, filling me with ease. Golden light begins to glow. Everything moves soft and slow. In this calm I finally see there's a brighter side of me. Oh, I'm lighter than before, standing by the shore. Every breath a quiet release, filling me with ease. In the waves I let it go. All the things I used to hold. Now I'm here just feeling free, with the ocean next to me. Waves are shining in the sun. Day has only just begun. Soft air moving through the trees. Leaves are swaying with the breeze. Quiet life in gentle view. Simple things feel close and true. Curious eyes, a tender gaze, moving in unhurried ways. In this calm I start to feel something honest, something real. Oh, this world is soft and kind, leaving restless days behind. Breathing slow, a quiet smile. Let me stay here for a while. Steps grow lighter as I roam. Every space begins to feel like home. Small and wild, yet full of grace. There's a warmth in every place. Oh, this world is soft and kind, leaving restless days behind. Breathing slow, a quiet smile. Let me stay here for a while. In this hush I understand, life is held in gentle hands. Nothing more I need to prove, just to be and gently move. Golden light on quiet streets, softly falling at my feet. Every step a gentle glow. Through the past I slowly go. walls holding stories near, fading yet they still feel clear. In the calm I start to see time is moving softly. Oh, the light still lingers here, warm and bright, so clear. Nothing lost, it only flows in the way the old world glows. Through the streets I gently roam, every corner feels like home. Past and present intertwined in this peaceful state of mind. Oh, the light still lingers here, warm and bright, so clear. Nothing lost, it only flows in the way the old world glows. In between the now and then, I feel whole again. Every breath. Golden skies and oceans blue, little moments shining through. Every journey leads us to another day with Arena. See you soon on the